Okay, so we've already talked a little bit about constructors and inheritance, and I just want to do a little further demonstration, and in addition to that, I'm going to just show you some additional syntax that you could use if you want to when you're working with constructors. So this is just my student class, and in my student class I've got two constructors, a default constructor here, and an a constructor with 3 parameters here. So in my my person class, right, I actually have a constructor here, and so what I'm going to show you is if I wanted to, I don't need to do this. What's going to happen automatically, because name is also a data member of this class, it just happens to be in the base class, what's going to happen here is when this constructor gets executed, it's automatically going to jump out and execute this constructor. And I'm going to show you how that works. I'm going to go into my driver, and I'm going to make another student here. I'll just call this guy S0. Okay? And then I'm going to trace my program. Okay. Nice if you could see it. So let me slide it over here. Okay. So it's going to look like this. So it hits this constructor, which goes out to the default constructor like we would expect, but look what happens. It actually goes out and it executes the person constructor first, right? Because name really is a data member here. And then it's going to, assign the GPA to 0 and the major to the empty string. And then it's going to come back. So that's how those default constructors actually work. They'll automatically call a default constructor in the base class. Okay, now what about our other constructor here, right? I can't let that kind of automatically jump out to the constructor of the person class because I don't really have the syntax. Let's see, I'm going to go with my person class. Let's see if I try and call that constructor, right? All right, let's see if that works. My program's still tracing through here. Okay. That's not working. So what C++ does is it gives you the ability to call a constructor of a base class by using this syntax right here. Okay? After the heading of this constructor, you put a colon, and you can call the constructor from the base class. Now this one happened automatically because it's a default constructor and they always happen automatically, but this one, it actually is specifying that you should call the constructor with 1 parameter and pass it this string. So let's see if that works. Okay, and it does. All right. So this is just alternate syntax. That's all. If you want to work with your constructors, you have the ability to do that. So when you're in the derived class, you can, at the end of the constructor for the derived class, put a colon. You can call the constructor from the base class and pass it any parameters that are necessary. So again, it's not needed in constructors, but I just wanted you to see the syntax.